What it do, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Sicko Bands, the man. Trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan. And we back. Back and better than ever. Hey, y'all. I'm slowly revamping this. But feeling better. I'm feeling more comfortable to do my thing. Today. Yes, today. We getting to the bottom of this, y'all. Is YMW Melly free? Is he a free man? Yes, Lord, we pray that he is a free man. But we want to know. You know what I'm saying? It's been hints. His mom hitting that stuff. You know, we seen some pictures. I seen a picture. I didn't know if it was AI. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it was. But we're going to get to the bottom of this. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Drop me a hype if you really with me. You feel me? If you really team bands, drop me a hype. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Y'all already know how we do, man. And without further ado, we're going to get into it.
This is the most anticipated smart security camera of the year. No internet connection needed.
All these years, we've been waiting for YMW MELLY to finally have his day. And let's be fair, right? YMW MELLY did have a trial. His trial ended in a mistrial. A mistrial, a lot of people don't understand, is not, oh, he's innocent, because you weren't proven innocent. It simply means that
we can't
the juror or jury, the set of people who make up the jury, they could not get it together as a group, where a unanimous vote, meaning everybody who's on the jury has to agree, yay or nay. In YMW MELLY's...
Hey, chat, that's the beauty about jury trials, because they have to find you guilty without a shadow of a doubt. You know what that means? A shadow of a doubt? That means you can't even just a smidget of a thought that he's innocent. You gotta not guilty. A smidget of a thought. Well, let's continue.
This trial, that did not happen, so we're heading back to trial again. And yo, fam, time is moving fast, because after YMW MELLY's trial, when they said that his trial was going to be in 2026 and then they pushed it to 2027, all of us was like, man, he is never going to trial. So y'all know that we are like 7 months away from 2027, and for a lot of us, 7 months away from 2027, we're like, for YMW MELLY, this is the biggest day of his life. You know why? Because he is looking at the possibility of being placed on Florida's death row. The state is not giving up without a fight.
They want to kill YMW MELLY. Excuse my language. They want to take him out. They want to take that boy out, man.
YMW MELLY's fans, they would love to hear the state say, we've had him in jail for too long, he's been locked up for too long, we're just going to throw this case out and he can go on and live his life. Back in the studio, make music, climb to the top of the charts, be famous, have a lot of groupies around him. Ooh, he beat a murder case, all that. Unfortunately, that's not how it's going to go. Y'all got to remember, Sack and Juvie. Sack Chaser and Juvie, YMW Juvie, them two, their parents and their spirits are looking for some kind of justice as to who killed them and how that person should be treated. So the state has to stand in place for Sack and Juvie and get them and their family some kind of justice too. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Hey, with that being said, because the families be present and, you know, they be trying to appease the families, sometimes they don't go by the book all the way. They make a lot of mistakes, y'all. That's why it's very crucial. Pay attention to that evidence.
Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on this channel. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So, of recently, I seen that YMW Melly's mama was saying, hinting that he's coming home. Now, we'll get into that in a minute. But before we get into that, YMW Melly was due back in court recently. And YMW Melly basically said, man, fuck it, I'm not going nowhere. He told them people he ain't going nowhere. Leave me in my cell, bro. Leave me in my cell. So
He got to that point.
YMW Melly refused to appear in court for a
He got to that point. When you locked in them cages, man, for so long, you get to that point till like you start feeling like, man, they ain't never gonna let me go, man. Fuck all that. Fuck that court shit. Fuck all that shit. I'm already in jail. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He got to that point, man. He tired. They know he tired. They whooped him. Even though you can't find him guilty, you physically whooped him.
Status hearing after prosecutors in Broward County in January dropped the tampering with witness charges against him. After that, he was like, the next hearing was April 30th, right? So the hearing was to pick a date for motions, including to modify Melly's conditions of his pre-trial release.
Pre-trial release?
Wow. Should they release him?
Whoa, y'all heard that? Pre-trial release. He's coming home, y'all. Oh yeah, he gets to fight it from the streets, y'all, and they don't want him to do that. It gets ugly.
Before he goes to trial, etc., etc. I guess this is his way of protesting, right? So he was like, I'm not going in that courtroom. I'm staying in my cell. So he stayed. His hearing to convince the judge to give him bond is set for April 30th. So this day that he was supposed to go to court was just Tuesday. Today is Thursday. Today is the 16th. So we talking about Tuesday a few days ago. He was like, I'm not going in there. After all that time that he been locked up though, it's kind of like he was already sentenced. But what people got to understand is, when he is sentenced, he would have been in a big house. He in a jail right now. Sentence, you going to prison. There's a difference. Anyways, this is probably why his mama is saying he's coming home. She probably got some good news that he is going to be released on a pre-trial release conditions. So the decision to drop one of those charges against Melly happened on January 20th of 2026 rather, which was one day before his trial was set to start. A total of 4 charges have been dropped, including tampering with a witness, directing activities of a criminal gang, criminal solicitation to commit murder, and conspiracy to tamper with a witness on a capital felony. All those charges are serious charges that have been dropped against YMW Melly. Fam, let me say this to y'all again. The decision to drop one of the charges against YMW Melly happened just a day before his trial was supposed to start. Remember, his trial was supposed to start January 21st of 2026. And when 2026, January 1st came around,
start doing this with your dog. This 2-minute dog food trick is helping dogs.
Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Hey, we getting to the bottom of this. I think, if he ain't released, I think he about to get released. This is looking good, man. It's looking good.
The 20th of January, a day before the 21st came around, we heard his trial got pushed to 2027. And not only did we hear that, further down the road, we heard they dropped one charge against him, a serious charge. And then after that, we heard they dropped 3 more charges against him. So I'm making it clear for you who's listening that these are the 4 charges that were dropped against YMW Melly, and these are 4 serious charges. A total of 4 charges were dropped, including tampering with a witness. That's 1. Remember, everybody was like,
Hey,
tampering
kick
with
check.
a witness
Y'all see what I got on
murder
today?
case
The bricks.
carries a life sentence of its own, blah, blah, blah. He in trouble either way you take it. Directing activities of
Don't
a
think I'm in
criminal
here
gang.
just halfway dressed.
Also,
Nah, man.
criminal solicitation to commit
We
murder.
fully dressed
That
up
was
in here.
dropped also. And conspiracy
We fully dressed
to
up in here,
tamper
man.
with a
You know what I'm
witness
saying?
on a capital felony. That's the one that
No
everybody was
Flacco.
like, oh, his goose is cooked. That one's dropped also. So those are the 4
We
that were
fully
dropped
dressed in
against
here,
YMW
man.
Melly,
No
so everybody is
Flacco.
on
You
the
feel
same
me?
page. Now the
Pause.
charges stem from allegations that Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, he tried to convince a key witness not to take the stand in his 2023 murder trial. That key witness would have been his girl, his ex-girlfriend, right? The one that fled the country, and then she was out the country so long, she was missing her mama, she wasn't doing too good where she was at, and she said, fuck it, I'm flying back into the country. And you know, somebody was telling her, don't come back, because if you come back, they're going to pick you up at the airport. And she was like, nah, they better pick me up at the airport, I don't care, because I'm not staying here no more. So she came back into the country and they picked her up. The judge had her in Broward County Jail for a couple of days. But that girl ain't no hard ass. She not street life type. She ain't raised like that. So they had her in there for a couple of days. She was shook. And the judge said to her, I can either hold you here until his trial start, or I can let you go under certain conditions. Whenever I call you, you come running. Whatever I ask you, you answer. And you will be around to testify at this trial. See, she was subpoenaed before and she disappeared. And they were under the impression that YMW Melly had gotten to her or got his people on the outside to get to her and told her, get ghosts. Now, that charge against YMW Melly has been dropped. She has been back in the country for a while. She is laying low. We don't know what's happening with her and the judge, but we're about to find out when his trial starts.
Look, she didn't want no parts of that. She was enjoying life with Melly. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want no parts of that, man. She didn't sign up for that. You know, she didn't want to deal with that.
Because
and it just so happened to look like she was looking out for Melly. But she really just didn't want to deal with that.
She is still down to testify for the prosecution, or if she is still down to just basically sit on stand and answer questions. I don't think she's going to be testifying for the prosecution per se. She was subpoenaed. That's against her will. You better show up and you got to tell us stuff, because we think you have something that could help us to solve this double murder case. And she's like, I don't want to be no snitch. And I don't want to tell nothing. And they're like, but you have to. So she's in a corner right now between a rock and a hard place. So when Melly's trial starts, it's going to be very interesting to see if she comes out on the stand and what she says on the stand. I don't think she could sit up there and plead the fifth the whole time to every single question. If that was the case, I don't think the state would have been running after her so hard for so long. Now, Melly, who is now 26 years old, he is charged in the murder of 2 longtime friends, Christopher Thomas Jr. and Anthony Williams, we affectionately call YMW Juvie and YMW Sack Chaser. So the police in Miramar, Florida, alleged that YMW Melly was the one that shot and killed both his friends after spending hours of a night of October 26th of 2018 at a Fort Lauderdale recording studio. I mean, we all seen the video by now, right? First, it was YMW Juvie, YMW Sack Chaser, YMW Melly, and YMW Bortland. YMW Bortland was the one that ended up at the hospital with the bodies in the car. Now, YMW Bortland did not.
I don't know what Bortland was thinking, agreeing to drive these bodies to the hospital. What the hell was you thinking? Who agrees to drive dead bodies? He probably just didn't want to die either. He probably like, you gonna drive these bodies or you next?
I tell the police that YMW Melly was in the car with him. But guess what? We all seen the video. When they were leaving the studio that night, YMW Melly got in the same vehicle with YMW Bortland, YMW Juvie, and YMW Sack Chaser. This is how YMW Melly actually ended up getting arrested. Because it wasn't told.
My neighbor hasn't been to a gas station in 4 months. I thought he was...
He got arrested because the shots came from the side he was sitting on.
Told that he was in the car. So the police was like, first of all, that's weird that they would have left that out, that he was in the car. They must be hiding something. And then, for those of y'all who don't know it, the police went, according to YMW Bortland's story, because he was like, we were driving on the highway. We coming from the studio, we sleepy, we trying to get to the house because everybody was falling asleep in the studio. So we ended the studio session and we head to the crib, right? And then a car pulled up next to us on the highway and just started dumping on us. Bah, 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 bah. And I'm scared for my life. Y'all ain't seen the video? Y'all haven't seen the video of him talking from the hospital bed to the police? He was like, they shooting, man, they shooting. So I'm holding my head down and I'm driving, I'm trying not to get hit. Police asked him a couple of questions. Did you see the color of the car? Did you see who was shooting at you? Did you see where on the highway you was at? The man said, I couldn't see nothing because I was holding my head down trying not to get hit while I'm driving. Well, there's something out here that's called forensics, right? And you have people who study science and who go to school and study mathematics and trajectory of bullets and objects just for this purpose right here. This is their job. So they went out on a highway where Portland claimed they were getting shot at. They didn't find any shattered glass. They didn't find any bullet casings. They didn't find any skid marks from any erratic driving, like somebody was trying to shoot at you while you were driving, so you might have sped up really fast, or you might have hit the brakes really hard, or they didn't find nothing on the highway. But what really fucked them up, that piece of the highway was under surveillance, fam. See, a lot of people who support YMW Melly is,
I didn't know that shit was under surveillance. I figured it was under surveillance because everything's under surveillance. But I didn't know it was under surveillance. That's wild. Man, oh my God.
free YMW Melly. They tend to not listen or watch the evidence that's being presented by the state. And I'm telling y'all right now, your opinion outside of that courtroom does not count. That shit is good for social media, comment sections, and that's it. That stretch of highway that YMW Bortland claims that they got shot at on, they were just dumping bullets in the car. And the car was getting hit, bah, bah, bah. Enough to kill 2 people in the car. They didn't find a single thing on that highway, and the worst part is, if you watch the trial, you will see that we sat for hours watching video footage of that piece of highway. Because it's under surveillance. It's under surveillance. And all we saw was a vehicle going by every now and then. Because it was late in the night to early morning hours, right? Them dark hours. Couple of vehicles go by, at normal speed, no shooting, no erratic driving, nothing. This is where the detectives then said, this motherfucker is telling a lie. And I know this ain't what happened. A lot of other things told them that this was a murder scene that was staged. But they had to figure it out. Did y'all know that they use GPS tracking from cell phones and cell towers, and it showed them where the car was parked for the longest before it came to the hospital? I'm trying to get y'all to understand this case. We don't want to see a young brother go to prison for life for something he didn't do. And if I thought YMW Melly was innocent, I would be riding with him too. I understand that his mama, that is her baby, and she gonna ride with him regardless if he killed 100 people or not. That's him and his mama. But for us on the outside looking in, who would want justice for our family member or ourselves if we were done this way by people we trusted, I gotta ride with the facts, fam. I can't ride with emotions. So, the police, tracked by GPS, went to the location, and guess what they found? When they went to the location, they found bullets casing, they found friggin' shattered glass, they found everything that told them that this is where YMW Melly them took the car and staged the murder. There was one piece of evidence that stood out so much, and that piece of evidence is if somebody is inside of a car getting shot from the outside of the car driving on the highway, I want y'all to use your brain, right? Somebody shoot you through a car door. They fire at your car and 2 people are shot in it while driving on the highway. Shouldn't the bullets have gone through the car door and lined up with where that person was hit? See, that's one of the things that fucked them up, because forensic shows wasn't even no bullet holes in those areas on the car. And forensic also shows that somebody parked that car, opened the door, and then fired shots. They fired shots even into the door jams of the car.
Wow.
Ain't no way you could fire into a door jam of a moving car with the doors shut. You gotta open the friggin' door to hit the door jams. I mean, there are so many evidence in this case. So when I hear people say stuff,
damn, man, I didn't know it was like that, man. Jesus, Lord. I don't know how to feel.
like the state ain't got no evidence, they don't have nothing against them. The only thing about this case is this. YW Bortland already took his deal, and he's already off to serve his little time, and then he's gonna come back to the world, right? He took a proffer. A proffer means you're gonna have to speak. And it's crazy for y'all to think that in a double murder case where the state wants a conviction, you think the state's gonna give it up and just let somebody who is so close to the actual person they want just ride free? Just give him a pass so he could get up and say, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth, I don't know nothing, I don't have to say nothing. Y'all crazy as hell. YW Bortland has to tell everything that happened. The only thing that saved him in that proffer is that whatever he says will not be used against him. But everything he says can be used against Melly. Y'all tripping. Now y'all want to call him snitch or whatever you want to call him, it is what it is. His lawyer came out and said he did not snitch. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. By the way, y'all, that's I would say that's the perfect definition of snitch. You know how Gucci Man, police, shiesty, robbed him, had him at gunpoint, sat him down on a couch, gave him a contract and told him sign that shit. And people go, oh, I lost faith in Gucci Man. The streets is dead. Never thought I would see Guwap snitch. That's not snitching. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Man they're not codees. They are not co-defendants. They are not partners in crime. They were not committing a crime together and one of them got caught and told on the other one. In the YMW Melly case, YMW Bortland is YMW Melly's partner. He drove the car. YMW Bortland drove the car. YMW Melly, according to the police, did the killing from the back seat, sitting right behind YMW Bortland. YMW Bortland was ride or die. He drove the fucking car all the way to the hospital with the two bodies in it. Another piece of evidence is YMW Melly's phone was tracked by cell tower walking. Now, they could tell the way that phone signal is moving on screen. They could tell if that it's walking, that's an average person's walk by the speed, or if that cell phone is in a vehicle that's moving.
That's wild.
And they
Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You rocking with the best, the most valuable podcast. I'm your host with the most, coming straight from the West Coast. It's your boy Cinco Banston, man. Trying to get 100 grand. Hey, man. The way this dude doing this video, Lord. He say Melly coming, I don't know, but Lord. The way this video is constructed, oh my gosh. And if y'all see me keep looking down, I'm checking the score of the Golden State game. It's the playoffs, y'all. It's the playoffs.
seen YMW Bortland's cell phone move like at the speed of a car. And it left that scene and headed into the direction of the hospital. That's where he ended up with the two bodies. And then it seen YMW Melly moving in a different direction, coming from the same location. This is where they decided, I'm gonna go this way and you go that way. Man, y'all listen to me good. I don't think YMW Melly beating this. And if YMW Melly beat this, somebody's gonna have to explain to me why. We've been following this the whole time. And I've been trying to explain to people the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So investigators say that YMW Melly, along with his...
Look, from what he's saying, if YMW Melly beat this, it was malpractice or mispractice on the detective's behalf or DA, something. They doing something shiesty if he wins, from what he's saying. Because from what he's saying, they got him.
His co-defendant, Portland Henry, or YMW Bortland, they staged a drive-by shooting in Miramar near the Everglades and claimed that everybody in the car was a victim. They were just lucky that they didn't get shot, which prosecutor says that's a lie. Prosecutors then tried YMW Melly in 2023 for the murders, but that ended in a deadlock jury and the judge declared a mistrial. Attorney said one juror who favored YMW Melly, she liked YMW Melly. She was sympathetic to YMW Melly's mama. Kind of like, damn, that's a black woman with her son, and that's her own. I mean, if that was me, I can't take away her son from her and send him to prison for life. And the other two, they dead already, so, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, she refused to convict him, no matter what evidence they showed her. And she eventually said it, that no matter what evidence y'all show me, I don't give a damn, I'm not voting guilty. See, you can't do that.
I like that sister. She didn't want to put another brother behind jail, but Lord, oh my.
As a juror. Because when you become a juror, you swear to get in there, pay attention to the case, and judge the case based on evidence that is presented to you. You can't go in there and be like, yes, I'll be a juror on this case. They're asking you, can you judge based on evidence? Can you put aside all your preconceived notions, all your stuff that you might think your biases, and judge this case based on evidence that's presented? And you say yes. And she get in there and then she says, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear none of the evidence. This is why if you watch the case, you will notice they came back to the courtroom and went back for deliberation and came back to the courtroom and went back for deliberation again. They kept coming back to the courtroom and going back for deliberation. And everybody was asking, damn, why they keep coming back to the courtroom? We thought they had a quick verdict. No, the jury foreman said there's this one juror, and that's the only person who is not on the guilty side, or who is not on the rest of us side. She didn't say guilty yet, because they can't give up the guilty or not guilty yet. She said there's one juror who's not on anybody else's side yet, and that one juror needs to see more evidence. So she kept stalling the case, and she kept telling them, take me back to the courtroom and show me again. So they had to keep coming back to the courtroom, keep reviewing evidence, keep having the judge repeat the same thing over and over, till eventually she said, no matter what y'all show me, I'm still not saying he guilty. Well, based on that, they went back and they told the judge, and actually at last minute, she was able to bring one other person over with her. So they feel like the jury got tainted. The jury pool got infiltrated. And they got somebody in there who was looking out for YMW Melly and his family, not the evidence. So, YMW Portland, or Portland Henry, he took a plea deal. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison on witness tampering and accessory after the fact charges. In exchange, the state dropped 2 murder charges against him. That leaves YMW Melly on his own. Now you know YMW Portland, right? I could imagine YMW Portland family saying, Portland, you gotta come home, man. I know you want to ride with Melly to the end, but this is 2 murder charges, 2 first-degree murder charges, and it looked like they got him, bro. And if you stay silent, they're gonna fry you with him. Whatever deal these people got for you, man,
take it.
The deal gonna say you see the light of day again. Take the deal, bro. And he held out for as long as he could. Portland did, and then in the end, he broke. A 10-year sentence, plus time subtracted from that he already served, he'll be out in no time. YMW Melly's double murder retrial is set for January of 2027. He is looking at the death penalty if he is found guilty. And a lot of people are saying, fuck yeah, he should get it. Now here's the thing. A couple of years back, right, in the state of Florida, when you go to court and your case has the death penalty on it, every member of that 12-person jury has to say yes to the death penalty for you to be sentenced to death. Guess what happened in recent times? The governor changed it. The governor said we only need 8 people to say yes, and we putting you on death row. So it's no longer 12 needed. So Melly is going into sharky waters, my friend. Sharks and alligators in there. Because only 8 people are required to say, yep, death penalty, and he's going to get that. But before they get to that, though, they're going to have to get to a conviction, right? One of the strategies that YMW Melly's lawyers have been using over the time is stalling. And I don't know if they stalling him out so they could collect money, or they stalling him out so they could have this case reach a place where it has violated its constitutional rights to a speedy trial, and then it's eventually thrown out. But they are the ones that keep filing motions after motions after motions, and every time they file a motion, it stalls the case from going forward. So the motion has to be answered before the case can go to trial. So for all the people who are asking, damn, why is it taking so long? What happened to his right to a speedy trial? Ask his attorneys, because his attorneys are the ones who kept on filing these motions and slowing up the whole process. Otherwise, if they wasn't filing motions, YMW MELLY would have been to trial already. Now, yesterday, today is April 16th. I'm making this video. When I say yesterday, I'm talking April 15th of 2026. YMW MELLY's mama made a post, right? And the post looked like she knows something that nobody else knows. According to Hot New Hip Hop, YMW MELLY has been behind bars now since 2019, when authorities arrested him for the alleged double murder of YMW Juvie and YMW Sack Chaser. YMW MELLY's mama, Jamie Demons King, says that her son is quote unquote coming home soon. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now. So Jamie might very well know shit that us out in these streets don't know. Or else why would she jump on social media and say this? Her son is coming home soon. She shared that update on her Instagram story on Tuesday, as the rapper continues to try to get out of jail ahead of his retrial for this double murder. He wants to be released on bail pending trial. So every day you gotta go to court, show up in the courtroom, listen to witnesses talk, all that other stuff. You would be going from your house to the courthouse. They could put an ankle monitor on him. They could put security.
I wonder, can he work? Can he do shows and stuff? Or do we gotta stay in Florida? That's. Let me know in the comments if y'all know, if anybody in Florida, you know how that works. If you're on that ankle monitor pending trial, can you do shows? Can you work?
At his house, or deputies or whoever to guard the house that he's in. That man just want to be up out of jail and spend some time at the house, right? And fight this case from the outside. But the judge said, based on the evidence that he's seen, the presumption of guilt is extremely strong. And he also believes that he is a danger to outside. So, based on that, he wouldn't grant him that release. Now, I don't know if they're going to change their minds. On the 30th of April, 2026, we will find out if they finally change their mind and let YMW MELLY out so he can go home on bail and fight this case from the outside. Demons King didn't provide any further context to what sparked that post on her social media. So,
Alright, so y'all heard it live. His mom did that. She sparked the controversy. He's not out yet. April 30th, on the 30th of this month, we're going to see if he get released. I heard he dropped a new song. Let's go check that out. It's your boy, Cinco Beston, man. Trying to get 100 grand. You rocking with the most valuable podcast. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Drop me a hype. Let me know in the comments if y'all think Melly is guilty or not. If y'all think he's going to get released pending trial or not. Does he deserve it? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Hey, until the next one, have a blessed one.
I can't even trust my own mama, so I'm riding around town